Well, fans all across Africa are rallying behind Ghana to keep the continent's dream of football glory alive. The Black Stars will take on the U.S. team who moved into the second round with an exciting last-minute goal. Sonny is covering the World Cup for us in South Africa, and along with Daybreak Africa's Ouma, breaks down Saturday's big game.
Sporty greetings to all our In Focus viewers. I'm pleased to introduce Mark Ouma. Mark does our daily sports reports on the Voice of America's Daybreak Africa program. Mark, welcome to In Focus.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to make a debut on the In Focus program on VOA.
And Mark, I want to personally thank you for this Bafana jersey that I'm wearing right now. Yes. It's because of you that I have it.
Well, it's my pleasure. The only thing I wasn't going to give you is a vuvuzela. Because if you go and blow it at home, they're going to sue you in court. Your neighbors are not going to like it. The vuvuzela is, you've got to do it very far away from where people are.
Now, Mark, a lot of our viewers, a lot of our Voice of America listeners, they're looking ahead to Saturday in Rustenburg.
Yes.
The USA will go up against the Black Stars of Ghana.
Yes.
Your thoughts on that match?
Look, first of all, I think it came as a great relief that we have at least one African team going through to the knockout stage. It would have been a real embarrassment. We are still doing the post-mortem and trying to find out what went wrong and what going forward we can do come Brazil 2014. I think there's a lot to learn for it, but we're very happy that Ghana are going through. I know you'll be backing the USA, but I'm going to back Ghana.
Well, I'm going to be saying go Black Stars a few times on Saturday.
A few times, yes.
Now, Mark, as I mentioned, I'm wearing this Bafana jersey.
Yes.
They did not make it to the second round, but they did win their last match against France 2-1. Share some reflections on South Africa.
South Africa, there is a plus and a minus. There is more of a plus than anything else, because in the early 90s, the African countries got together and said, South Africa, we're going to insist on you hosting very many events, not because we don't have the capacity, but because you'd have to put a national team, and it would compel you to begin to think as one nation. So that's why Africa insisted that South Africa host the All-Africa Games in 1999. Immediately after Zimbabwe, it was supposed to go to another part of the world, and many other events, including the 2 bids. It wasn't because South Africa's got infrastructure, etc., etc. It was because by compelling them to host an event, they have to put a national team, and you know the history that South Africa is going through. So from the standpoint of bringing communities closer together, I think Bafana achieved, made an important step. There are steps there are events that will catalyze that process, because it's a process given the 300 years history this country has come through. So from that standpoint, Bafana was successful. From the standpoint of performance, they were not so good. It's the only team that knew they were definitely going to play. They had 6 years to prepare, and I must be honest, I don't think they performed to expectation. People are excited about the French team. This is a French team. We know they were crisis-ridden, and in fact, the information that I've just learned is that actually the players wanted to go on strike. And it took the minister to come and tell them, listen, if you guys go on strike, you risk FIFA banning you from the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. So in that type of mental disposition, even if you had the best players in the world, they were not really a team that was mentally in the game. So that's why I say, yes, on the surface of it, it looks like at least Bafana won one match. But against a crisis-ridden team, I think the 5 years of preparations, they could have done much better.
Well, Sonny and Mark Ouma there, all the way from South Africa. And of course, for all the latest World Cup news and to follow Sonny's blog, just go to voaafrica.com and click on the World Cup.